Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Sid Meier Civilization Revolution. Part 6 is finally out. I am very sorry for the delay, but here it is. So let's just get back right on into it. I'm just going to offer an apology right off the bat though. This episode is a little shorter than the others, and that's just because I just had surgery on my hand earlier this week. If anyone saw my video about opening the Elgato Game Catcher HD, it was the morning after I posted that video that I had to get this surgery on my hand, so it's really difficult for me to use the Xbox controller. Alright, but that aside, I'm here with the video. Let's do this. Alrighty, so when we last left off, almost 2 months ago, oh my god, I can't believe it was that long, we had just built the city over here of New Orleans. And our galleon here, the first galleon, is about to go off exploring for more land to drop off our settler and build another city. So, everything we had done this turn was already done in part 5, so we're just going to end this right away. Oh, no, never mind. It wants to... actually, no, let's get this horseman back to the city first. Now we'll end the turn. Ooh, Greeks are finally got some settlers going up there. Lots of troop movements. Exalted One. Our wise men have discovered the secrets of engineering. Now we can build an aqueduct. We can also build the Taj Mahal wonder. Whoa. Our civilization is the first to discover engineering. As a result, we receive this bonus. 1+ production in each city. I can tell you guys right now, that is one of my favorite bonuses to receive in this game. Getting that 1 extra production in the city doesn't seem like much, but it can make huge differences. Alrighty. What? Oh, great leader. Our wise men require my guidance yet again for the first time in 2 months. What shall we research next? Democracy, feudalism, monarchy, religion, banking, and invention. Alright. Well, with all these set, our current objective now is, now that we have all of our settlers that we're probably going to make for the game out on the field and exploring, our current objective is to boost our science output so that we can research technologies faster. To do that, we're going to go for democracy. As you can read up there in the word bubble, democracy. His favorite technology. Okay, every technology is this guy's favorite technology. I don't get it. It's mainly a military technology, which is strange because democracy is by default supposed to be kind of peaceful. Although, of course, look at the state of the world right now, and you might think otherwise. That aside, we could build pikeman units, and we could also build the Magna Carta wonder. And the new government will become available. Democracy. Oh, there we go. Ooh, and hello. Our economy is booming. Gold reserves are over 500. As a result, a great person appears. The next economic milestone will occur when we have over 1,000 gold. I see.
Hooey.
Last one was 250, this one is 500, and next is at 1,000. Alrighty. And Boston has finally completed a courthouse. I was talking a lot about this particular building. Let's just go look in our city here for a second. We have a barracks, a granary, a library, a workshop, and now the courthouse. Yes, I was talking about this building quite a lot in the last, I think it was the last episode, maybe it was the one before that, but I've been talking about this building a lot. Oh, and also, just real quick, the Hanging Gardens wonder. Beautiful, isn't it? Alright, back to courthouse. I was talking about this building a lot, so to give perspective, here's what a city can do originally, or just normally right after you built it. It's only got the squares immediately surrounding it. But, as you can see with that courthouse, let's just take a look here. Now instead of just these 8 squares that are surrounding it, now I'm expanding to 3 down here, 3 over here, these 3, and then 3 on the right-hand side. It doesn't, no, actually it won't let me go to those squares. It doesn't go diagonally, as you can see, but it expands the right, left, top and bottom. So greatly expands my reach, and I can access a lot more resources. As you can see, Boston's already profiting but from the fact that it can reach this extra oak resource. Alright. Actually, I like this current setup, so we'll live with it. Let's get another building going. Let's see. Between these, a temple for culture, a market for money, a wall for defense, an aqueduct which increases population faster, a harbor to give us food on each of those water squares, and a trading post to put that desert square in the top right-hand corner there. To good use, we're going to go for the temple. That culture will be very useful, and it's cheap to build. We'll have it finished in 2 turns with our now 17 production. So Boston is really got a lot going right now. Alright, the people applaud my leadership and cheer my enlightened rule. I am so enlightened, aren't I? We are generating 21 culture per turn for our population of 30 citizens. My citizens are now merely uncivilized. You know, she says that like it's a good thing, but if you heard that from anyone else, you'd take that kind of insultingly, wouldn't you? No one likes to be called uncivilized. Let's see, let me just check the state of affairs here. Alright, I'm still at war with the Egyptians and the Indians, but at peace with Bismarck of the Germans, and Alexander of the Greeks. And again, actually speaking of Alexander, he is finally getting a settler going, I think for the first time this game, so it's nice to see him start expanding. One thing about Alexander is when you usually, when you play against Alexander and the Greeks, he's not one to expand for some reason. I'm not too sure why, but he always has a difficult time expanding. Although he manages off very well with just one city. But I think actually a big part of this is just the fact that he's not near me. I do notice that if you have Alexander kind of next to your cornered, he does not expand. Unlike everybody else who does their absolute best to build cities right in front of you, as close to you as humanly possible, and it gets really annoying. Chittagong. I do not recall remembering seeing Gandhi build that city. Something to look at. Alrighty, but back to the most important fact at hand. This galleon. Actually, let's get a little more important. Let's get this scientist over here. Who is this? Pythagoras, or Pythagoras. Again, I'm certain I'm botching names. I don't have the names of my commenters and reviewers in front of me right now, but I'm sure there's this one person who's been very helpful with pronunciations, and I'm sure she's going to call me out on this one. So if you're watching this video right now, here's another name for you to correct me on. Alright, but let's get this scientist into New Orleans. And get this galleon going. Oh yeah, turn into one more square. Whoop. No. I want to see what's on this little 2-square island. Small territory, and I can't see what's on the other side. This island looks like over here might be fairly big, but can't tell yet. But certainly found some nice deserted territory, which I think will be good to build on. We'll find out, though. Alright. New Orleans. Alright, I don't need you on that gold, on that extra science anymore. So we're going to switch you over to production and food. Yeah, typically... Now, getting science very quickly is very useful, though I just kind of typically has a preference like that food and production going into my city. Just because that's what helps make a city grow. Although, actually, just within the, about a week ago, actually. Not even. I was playing a multiplayer game with my friends, and I had a couple cities going that were doing absolutely nothing but focusing on science, and it proved out. And even though it goes against my usual playstyle, it ended up being the difference maker in that game. I very narrowly won it in the end. It was a very close game. Alright. Send him back out on a recon mission. Alright, Indians got an army coming from the north. I cannot believe that Gandhi is going to such trouble to take an army that can only move one square turn all the way from up here, bring it on around. Most likely to head down. To try and kill me, although now that I'm looking at it, his objective might be this warrior that's camped up here. We'll see, though. Yes, if he does approach, I'm going to evacuate these warriors. I don't want them to die. They've been very useful as a recon unit. Alright, get you back inside, because I don't want the Egyptians to launch some surprise attack on you, and let's end the turn. This just in, sire. Government change. The Indians have replaced their fundamentalism with a despotism. Under despotism, the leader wields absolute power. Forgive my mispronunciation there.
Get her, Whippet.
Okay. Yep, Indians are going. The culture of our people has allowed the great person James Watt to appear in the city of Washington. If we develop 16, that's a big number, additional great people, wonders, or converted cities, we will be ready to build the United Nations and win a cultural victory. Right. Let's take a look here. You know what? Actually, before I settle him, this great culture person, this great person, who is a great builder, I just acquired him because, take a look to the right there, underneath democracy and above culture where it says gold. As you recall, just a couple minutes ago, I got a message that said that I had acquired over 500 gold and would receive a great person as a reward. James Watt here is that said great person. And a great builder is particularly useful right now. Do I want to? No, I don't want to send anything to Abydos. Alright. I did that a little quickly, I'm sorry. I was just taking a look at what various buildings I already had completed. Actually, you know what? It might be useful putting him in Washington, however, I think New Orleans could actually benefit from him more. But I don't have a ship ready to go. Alright, actually, you know what? That can be averted as soon as that can be fixed up. As soon as Boston completes that temple, I can, I'll set it to build a galleon so we can take James Watt here to the city of New Orleans and get that city major jumpstart. First, we'll settle our scientists in here. First, I want to see what's on the other side of these islands. Absolutely nothing. So, might as well get you back on the boat. Absolutely no resources, no nothing. Alright, now just to make sure the Greeks don't, the Indian Legion army there doesn't get any ideas about attacking. As much as I hate to do this, you have to abandon that post. You cannot hold it against that army. Just retreat into Greek territory. They're not going to attack you, since they are a democracy, and they cannot go to war without... And they cannot go to war as such. They can be declared... War can be declared... Someone can declare war on them, but they themselves do not have the ability to declare war on another person. Why? Because in a democracy, the people very often refuse to sanction a war. Not without serious government manipulation. End the turn. Uh-oh. The Egyptians are launching a pretty poor attack. Yeah, this isn't gonna work. Okay, so long, guys. Nice try. Alright, for some reason the game decided that it needed to show me these stats. This is the status of how close everyone is to the specific victory types: domination, technology, economic, and cultural. We've seen this menu before. End of part 2, I believe, and probably a couple other times. Alright, so the domination victory. Well, everyone's still got their capitals, so no one's close there. Technology. I am in the lead with 16 technologies, followed by Gandhi in second with 14. And Alexander looks like, with the Greeks, has got 13 there. And if I had to guess, I'd say that the Egyptians have, looks like 11. And Bismarck of the Germans is really trailing behind there. He is very, very unadvanced. He will not be able to stand up against anyone else. He does not have any technology. He's primitive. Although Gandhi did just have a serious jump there. He and Alexander were both at 11 last turn. He went to 14 and Alexander went to 13. Alright, economic victory. Acquire 20,000 gold pieces, which is the final milestone, and we're only at 500. But we are leading with the third milestone versus Cleopatra, and that's Gandhi above her, who are only at the first one, so they only have 100 gold, and they only have 100 gold. Or they might have more, they might have less, but all that means is they have not even reached 250 yet, so they are trailing. And the cultural victory. Acquire 20 great people, wonders, or converted cities. I am tied with Bismarck for third place. I mean, what I'm saying. I am tied with Bismarck for first place, but we both have 3. Let's see, so despite his lack of technology, Bismarck is doing well culturally. So that's good. That's interesting to see. And Gandhi and Cleopatra are trailing with 1, and Alexander hasn't even gotten 1 thing yet. And why is that? One of the weaknesses about the Greeks... hold on before I get into the list here of top 10 cities. One of the weaknesses about the Greeks is that they, by default, start out as a democracy. However, when you start the game out like that, you don't get any culture coming in naturally like everyone else does. So it slows their cultural growth, and it's a big weakness. It gives them a huge strength in the beginning, but it trades it for a weakness. Alright, now back to business. Top 10 cities in the world. Number 1 on that list is Boston. My city. Which has, looks like 1,200,000 citizens, 5 buildings, 1 wonder, and it's got 2 great people settled in it. This is followed by Washington, which has only 500,000 citizens, not even half of Boston, 5 buildings, no wonders, and 0 great people. Then, of course, there's Delhi, which has got 500,000 citizens, 3 buildings, and a great person. Thebes, 500,000 as well, with 1 building and a wonder. Berlin, which is trailing down there with only 200,000 citizens, but he's got 2 buildings and a great person. Athens, which actually has got 800,000 people and 2 buildings in it. However, no wonders, no great people, and it's not generating any culture, which is what's hurting it on this list. Then we've got Stuttgart, which has 100,000 people, 2 buildings, a wonder, the Colosseum, if I remember correctly. Elephantine, which is a city that Gandhi took from the Egyptians at the very beginning of the game, with 600,000 people, but no buildings, no wonders, no great people. It is desolate inside that city. Salzburg, which has got 200,000 people, 1 building and a great person, and my recently captured Egyptian city of Abydos. 300,000 citizens, and only 1 building. Still, though, better than Gandhi's Elephantine. That place is just desolate. Temple built in Boston. There's the mask, plus 13. So, if I could direct your attention to the top right of the screen, where you'll see right above my sign speaker, you'll see the purple mask, and next to it, plus 16. So right now, Boston is generating 16 culture per turn, and it has expanded. Hold on 1 second. Oh, Cleopatra's sending empty threats again. You see Wyndham X, I'm going to take back my city of Abydos. I'd love to see her try. And then my expansionist greed will be my downfall. I doubt it. My expansionist greed won't be my downfall because... well, it's just not going to be my downfall. It's going to be my ultimate success. However, she will leave me in peace for 7 turns in exchange for my secret of engineering. Well, let's see. Do I want to share my knowledge with you? I could try and satisfy her. But quite frankly, her threats just don't frighten me. This is just so empty. So empty. I have been dominating her the entire time we've been fighting. So long, Cleopatra. But my controller's kind of wandering there. Sorry about that. Just keep your threats to yourself. Alright, now before I get sent to too many things, as I was saying about regarding culture, having a lot of culture in a city... Darn, it keeps wanting to send me to that boat. Having culture in a city is really big because the more culture you have in it, the further your territory expands. So all this highlighted blue areas is all the territory that is specifically under my control. No one can enter that without declaring war on me. You can expand as far as you can see, 3 squares in any direction from the city. So, yeah, no matter how high it is, it will expand to a maximum of 3 squares. However, the more territory you control, the easier it is to try and, however, when your territory expands, you can end up taking territory from other people, and plus it makes it easier to see attacks coming because they have to travel further within your lands to get to your cities, and when they're in your land, you can see everything the AI is doing. Alright, so my stealth warriors regained its position, and the Indians have this legion army which has been painstakingly marching to try and get to Abydos, where it's going to fail miserably whether I decide to just sit behind my defenses or take the fight to them. It's just not going to work. Alright, now back to more important things, such as this settler. Let's see, what's we got? Well, I like that, a cattle. And we have discovered something very, very special right here. Let's see. Some golden building with arches. Oh, no, I'm sorry, not arches. Pillars, pardon me. So, golden building just sitting out there in the middle of the ocean. Let's see. I'm going to give everyone 3 guesses as to what that is. Oh, by the way, the first 2 guesses don't count. So, what is that mysterious city in the ocean? Well, keep guessing. End the turn? This just in, sire. Government change. The Egyptians have replaced their despotism with a republic. With a republic, settlers can be built with only at the cost of only 1 population unit. Well, alright, interesting to know. Cleopatra is desperately trying to replace... oh, hold on. Well, since it took me to my city, we're going to do what I said I was going to do and build that extra galleon. And then we're going to set it to... build a harbor in the meantime. Message from Gandhi. You see, when the next potential snobbery your people will soon come to an end. However, we will leave you in peace for 7 turns in exchange for 620 of your 764 gold pieces. So you basically want all my money, leaving me with nothing, and you'll leave me in peace for a little while. I could just give you currency, or I could just dismiss your threats. Well, I don't think I've been consulted on you in a while, so let's see what my advisors say. The Indians have built a formidable army. Defeating them will require skill and perseverance. Their most advanced unit is the catapult. However, their people are absolutely disgusting. Ew. Disgusting. And maybe lured into joining our civilization. I see. Thank you for the update. And war would be a terrible mistake. Let us leverage the citizen... Sorry. War would be a terrible mistake. Let us leverage the culture of our great civilization to convert the Indian citizens to our side. They're so disgusting that they'd rather join my people. Is that it? Alright. So I'm significantly more cultured than you. I know I have a technological advantage over you, slight as it may be. And military-wise, my advisors say that we're evenly matched. Well, under those circumstances, I see no reason to cede to your threats. Now, Gandhi, as punishment for your insolence, you must pay a price. And sadly, your little legion army which you've posted outside my city is going to be the ones who have to die for it. So now, my catapult army, commence bombardment. down, but I still have 2 left. And you are running out of guys, Gandhi. So long. Big rocks crushing over your skulls. I'm sure that's going to leave him with headaches in the morning. Alright, now that that little annoyance has been dealt with, let's, to my galleon here, which we're going to send to Washington. Pardon me. Alright, I just want to expand this. Oh, that's interesting. Don't normally see 2 resources like that together. It's over here, okay, Alexander's territory. Alrighty, ooh, that is a tough call. Wait, or is it? You know what? No, I take that back. That's not a tough call at all. This is an interesting spot to build, but I know exactly where I'm going to do it. We are going to... Sorry, as soon as it lets me go to them. Alright, these settlers right here, which are hiding in this rubber resource, we're going to park them right here on this tree line on the edge of the island, and that is what we're going to settle our next city. It's an interesting place to settle, but I will immediately get this fish resource, this cattle resource, and once a big courthouse is built in it, it'll be able to get this other fish, and then expand to this rubber. However, as you can see down there underneath that box, the rubber resource requires the automobile. So, I cannot build this, I cannot use that resource until my people have learned how to drive. Now keep in mind that the year is 1175 AD. So, realistically, we are hundreds of years away from even conceiving the notion of an automobile. But, hey, that's what we gotta wait for. Let's end our turn. Alright, Exalted One. Our wise men have discovered the secrets of democracy. Now we can build pikeman units, and we can also build the Magna Carta wonder. I see. Alright, so we've got democracy, the Magna Carta, and now we can build pikemen. Oh, well. No. Okay.
Oh.
Alright, so, now that I have democracy, I may now rule the nation using the government-type democracy. Under democracy, science and gold production will increase by 50%. However, the people will refuse to allow me to declare war on any other nations. Do I wish to change governments? Stick with the republic? Or switch to the democracy? Well, in practice, both of these government styles are very similar, since the republic, while not having an absolute true meaning, at its core basically means that the people do have some say in how the government is run. However, for the purposes of this game, the democracy is significantly better now that our civilization has pretty much expanded to its pinnacle, or at least as far as making settlers goes. So let's make the change. Oh, great leader, our wise men require my guidance. What shall we research next? My people really need my guidance a lot. Are these guys incapable of being self-sufficient? I mean, we're a democracy now, so the people have a lot to say. Alrighty. So we got feudalism, monarchy, religion, banking, university, and invention. Well, we're going to pull an interesting turn here. We just became a democracy. However, now we're going to learn about what it's like to be ruled by a king. Cleopatra is sending me a message. Most noble president, keyword there, president, now that we're a democracy. Most noble President Windemex, you have proved the might of your armies. Oh, I have now. Let us now end this wasteful conflict. I offer you my hand in friendship. Yes, let us make peace. No, we shall fight to the very end. Or more talk with my advisors. You know, just for the fun of it, what do my advisors have to say? The Egyptians are no match for our mighty armies. He just wants to go in and crush their feeble warriors. Their troops are hiding behind their walls in defense, and our technology is vastly superior to theirs. Alright. Well, let's prove a point here. The military wants to go in and finish the Egyptians, so I shall do what the military says. We shall fight to the end. Wait, what?
Oh, whoa.
What? What are you doing here?
Attack-o.
What do you mean the people are demanding an end to this tiresome conflict? Congress has voted to reverse my decision? Are you kidding me? Congress can't do that. Oh, wait, we're a democracy. That's right, they can do that. Alright, I got it. Greetings from Cleopatra of the Egyptians. We welcome a new era of peace and friendship between our nations. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Alright. Well, so, now I gotta share power with my people. I can't make decisions on my own anymore. But you know what? That's all good. I'm happy for my people that now that they have the freedom of liberty. So now I can rule my civilization wisely and do a lot better than most other countries are doing in this world today. Alright, let's get this galleon moving. Let's move our city here. And end the turn. What is this? Greetings from Bismarck of the Germans. Ah, President Windemex. The pretentious snobbery of your people will soon come to an end. What, you mean they have power in my government, so they're snobbish now? Oh, come on, you don't insult my people like that. However, he will leave me in peace for 7 turns in exchange for the secret of currency. Alrighty, so you want currency. You know, everybody was trying to offer me ironworking for that, and he still wants this. What do the advisors have to say on you? You are not to be feared. The war may be costly, but we will surely emerge victorious. Their troops are dug in for defense, so they're probably not going to be launching any serious attacks, and our technology is superior to theirs. And when I said vastly superior to the Egyptians, but when it comes to the Germans, my technology is overwhelmingly superior. These guys are primitive. I don't even think they're... I think they've only just entered the medieval times. Alright, well, guess what, Bismarck? I'm not going to even consider your the options for peace. You don't get to threaten my people, and we are not afraid. Aha, it was just a bluff. Against his better judgment, Bismarck's advisors have convinced him to spare my insignificant civilization for the time being. Choose your words carefully there, Bismarck. You may regret them later. And I guess I must be in awe of his incredible generosity. Let me think about that. I'm not too sure if generosity is the word I'd use. Yeah. Alright. So we've got our settler units sitting right here. Let's settle a city. What shall we name this city? The Grand City of Atlanta? The Remarkable City of New York? Or the Awesome City of St. Louis? Let's see. We're going to create the Remarkable City of New York. Built in 1225 AD, New York City is officially ready to go. And we're going to set it to making a courthouse because one of the first things I always like to do is I want to get all the resources I can. I always build my cities with the intention of, even if they start out badly, if they will be terrific cities by the time they get a courthouse going, I will build them. I always try to justify what the end means will be. Oh, are you... Oh, that's annoying. The Indians have mysteriously spawned this city of Hyderabad right next to Washington. Isn't that swell? Pardon me. I wish I could take advantage of the fact that that city is currently empty, but sadly I don't have an attacking unit aboard my boat. I hate when the AI does that. As I said, one of the annoying things about the AI in this game is that they actively try to build cities as humanly close to yours as possible. This is what makes, and it makes it difficult to He's got a city right next to me, so now he's threatening me. Let's see. He's demanding even more gold this time than last. Gandhi, I taught you a lesson already when I killed your Legion army, alright? Spout your nonsense to someone else. I'm not frightened by you. Alright, let's get James Watt over here. Yes, I do believe that's James Watt. Over here into New Orleans. Let's get that boat. Actually, you know what? We're going to take that boat. Actually, no, take that back. No, I was going to move that boat up north, but you know what? We're going to leave it here just because now that Gandhi's got Hyderabad here, he can now attack me on the water. And while I'm not overly afraid of any naval power he may generate, it's still a threat worth noticing, and I'm not going to put my cities or my people, now that I'm a democracy, and must actively care about them. Not that I thought any differently to begin with, but now that I must actively protect them, I shall. Gandhi will not lay one finger on my people. Exalted One. Our wise men have discovered the secrets of monarchy. Our cities can now utilize dye resources for 3 extra trade. So if there's a dye resource on it, down here at the bottom of the screen, I got it highlighted here. Pardon me. They will give me 3 extra trade. And they are found in the water. So, which means that if there's dye on it, normally a C square gives you 2 trade, 2 gold or 2 science. If there's dye in it, that will be increased to 5 for a total of 5. So if you're looking for quick science, build on dye. Alrighty, so now I may rule the nation using the government type monarchy. Under a monarchy, our palace culture bonus will double. What is that? I'll actually get to that in just a moment. Do I wish to change governments? Well, no, I could take all the power back for myself, make any decision I want, declare war on who I want, but I only just gave people the freedom of democracy, and after all the talk about loving my people, I think I owe it to them to let them keep their democracy. We're going to stick with it. Our wise men require my guidance. What shall we research next? We're going to go with feudalism. It's the shortest one. It allows us to use game resources. Actually, you can see that. I'm going to try and... it's right above my... It's kind of squeezed there, but right in between the word bubble and the menu screen, there's a tree, and you can see some deer in there. That's a game resource. That gives you 3 extra food on that square. So that square, if I had game, would give me 2 production for the trees, but 3 extra food because of the deer there. Nice hunting. And with feudalism, we could also build knights, which are a very powerful mounted horseman unit. Given the external threats I've been receiving, I think it's time we start beefing up our military a little bit. So let's go for feudalism. All right, Abydos has finished its courthouse. Excellent. Let's see, since it's a point of constant conflict, now we're going to switch it over to a barracks so that we can help produce additional strong troops if we need them. Let's check something. Okay, yeah, it is occupying those. Don't have a library yet. Yeah, you don't have a library, so I think we're going to take this science square down here and switch it over to production. Make a little better use of it. Then we're going to get James Watt here into the city of New Orleans. So we'll settle him in there. Well, he will reduce the cost of new buildings by 50%. Cheap buildings, which is good for an island city like New Orleans because it can't get much production quickly in the beginning. So now that will be completed next turn. Okay. Alright, put this galleon here, put the extra militia into the city, just so it's got something there. Actually, you know what? We're going to send that galleon up north, because we're going to take the militia and put it inside New York, so that that's got something in it. And then we're going to send this first galleon down to New Orleans to cover for this one. So let us end the turn. Going into the year 1300 AD, I believe, next. Germans got a lot of troop movements over here. Wow. Yep, 1300 AD. And Washington has got a courthouse. Yeah, the workshop. I would normally go for the granary, however, there's a reason I'm avoiding it. Alright, so first thing first is we're... let's see, I'll put my science down, but you know what, not too necessary right now. We're going to shift our workers to focus more on food. Just going back to a second. Can have them all balanced, have them focus on production, have them focus on food, have them focus on gold, have them focus on science, or I can customize them freely myself and put them on whatever resources I want. But right now, I want everyone to be on food, and I want Washington to be working on science, not gold. Alrighty, so now that's got its building set up. So now we are going to get a harbor built. So with the harbor, all these sea squares are going to get extra food on them. So that's going to help New Orleans grow quickly. Alright, so you just sit tight. And everyone, okay, these two ships are almost done shifting their positions. And from the looks of it, feudalism will be discovered next turn. So, aside from that kind of uneventful turn, I had this building harbor. Do I actually really want to do that now that I'm looking at it? You know what? No. We're going to shift our production from that harbor to a wonder. With all of these great options, the Colossus of Rhodes, the Great Library of Alexandria, the East India Company, Shakespeare Theater, the Himeji Samurai Castle, the Magna Carta, the Trade Fair of Troyes, and the Taj Mahal. That one is a DLC. We're going to switch it over to the Magna Carta, which will be completed in 4 turns. Take as much advantage... When you have a lot of production in a city like this, you want to take as much advantage of it as possible. So get big buildings up, especially wonders. Magna Carta in particular is a great one for future, for looking into the future. Alright. End the turn. Our informants report that the Indians have declared war on the Egyptians. Those two are at war again. That's interesting. That usually doesn't happen too much at this point. The Indians have replaced their despotism with a monarchy. Under a monarchy, their palace culture bonus will double. You know what? I completely forgot to address that earlier. The Egyptians have captured the Egyptian city of Buto. Wow. I wonder where that was. Exalted One. Our wise men have discovered the secrets of feudalism. Here's a better look at that game resource I was talking about. Our cities can now utilize game resources for 3 extra food, and we can now build the knight units. Alright, so what are we going to do next? Let's shift to religion. Born rulers seek your favor. The Sultan of Zanzibar sends you a caravan of exotic gifts, including 7 fabulous jugglers. Now let's take a look at the trophy room. And you know, while that's loading, I'm looking at my timing here. This video is turning out to be just as long as all the others are. I was not expecting it to take, for me to run it this long, but I guess that just goes to show you, you can really lose track of time playing this game. Alright, so take a look at these jugglers. What do we got? Bowling pins in the 14th century. That's interesting. Knives, and yeah, that's it. And all my... Yep, all my people seem to be enjoying the spectacle. What else have we got in here? Some gypsies. Okay, enough of that. Let's see, I believe our acrobats. Nice flip. I wish I could do that. Maybe if I took some parkour lessons, I'd learn how to do that. Nice shot. Alright. So enough of your flipping. Do I have anything else in here? Ah, several jolly pastry chefs. I could go for one of those pies right now. How about you guys? I haven't eaten much today. Now I'm hungry. Need the extra calories anyway, so my body can work better on healing this arm of mine. Yeah, again, I just had surgery on that carpal tunnel. So it's a problem I had for a couple years, but just finally decided to get fixed up. Just gonna keep me from actively playing games, aside from Civ Rev here, which is a turn-based strategy game. So easy to do with one hand. Gonna keep me from doing any active games for a while, but not gonna stop me from getting this YouTube video out. Alright, so, back to the menu. The galleons have reached their final destinations. Let's just smooth you up a little bit. And are now guarding my island cities. Alright, now that I have this militia here, let's get him inside the city to protect it. And, let's see, as I approach the same length as Part 5 was, again, I seriously did not expect this one to run so long. But I guess there's absolutely nothing to be ashamed of with that. I did better than I thought I would. I think, checking right... Oh, wait, no. One thing I almost forgot. Almost forgot again. I said I would explain what palace culture was. Because it keeps getting referenced with monarchy. Alright. View buildings, palace. The palace building is a building you will only find in your capital. So what does it do? Well, in your capital city, the palace, which is automatically built in your capital from the very get-go, automatically generates a small amount of culture for your city. Usually, I think up to a factor of maybe 5 or 7 or so. Maybe it gets higher than that, but it's usually kind of based upon your overall population of the city in it. But it automatically gives you culture in your city so that there's culture coming in. Now, when you are in the monarchy government, all the culture coming out of that palace is doubled. Why? Because a palace, a monarch, a king, a queen, hey, those go together like peanut butter and jelly. Or chocolate and marshmallow, or any other combination you want. They just go together, so an exalted culture, and a highly exalted, cultured ruler, ruling from a decorated palace, gives widespread culture and territorial expansion. Now, in the case of the Greeks, however, as I mentioned, they start out with a democracy. So, while they start the game out with a democracy as their government type, in reference to, historically, they were the world's first democracy. But even though they still have a palace, being a democracy, you don't have a king or queen who rules from a palace. So, if there's no king or queen ruling from the palace, how can it be generating culture? So, look down there where it says culture 33 per turn. Now, right now it's that high because of some wonders and temples I've built in my cities. But normally that'll only increase by like maybe a factor of 2, maybe 5 once your population starts getting going a little bit. Monarchy would increase that greatly. But the Greeks, without a temple or a wonder, they get absolutely diddly squat from that at the beginning of the game. And while democracy increases their gold and science production, not having that culture is an enormous handicap as well. So they trade one. So it's basically they get one major advantage, but lose something else in exchange. Now here's that Egyptian city of Buto, which fell. I think that was that there before. I honestly can't remember. If anyone else can remember, correct me. Maybe I'll look at another video and check that out. But Yeah, so the Egyptians must have just left that unoccupied again, and the Egyptians just waltzed right... I mean, the Egyptians must have left that city just unoccupied again, and Gandhi just waltzed right in there. You know what? It couldn't have been Bhutto, because Bhutto's got too many people in it. No, I have for the life of me have absolutely no idea what other city they could have built. Yeah, it couldn't have been Bhutto, too many people. Even though that is an Egyptian city. Or did the Egyptians take a... Nah, I can't remember, and I'm going on a rambling spree now. That's no proper way to end this video. Alright, so how we will end the video, as I was about to do, going right back up here to our mystery object, our mystery golden object is floating there in the middle of the ocean. What could it be? As I said, I'll give you 3 guesses, but the first 2 don't count. I'm sure everyone's got a guess. Alrighty. So, now that we've discovered that mystery object, which I've been holding off on discovering this video, I'm going to put it to an end, and, you know what, guys? I just got to thinking. I'm going to, post a little, something here for you guys. So, initially, I wasn't going to build any more cities, but I'm going to let you guys have some input on this video. I will go out of my way, and I don't know where the location will be, but, hold on, let's get off that city. I will build 1 more city in this game. However, all you guys who have watched the video to this point, I want each one of you in the comments, if you want, to tell me what you want me to name the said city. I will look at all the names, and if I find one I really like, I will put that city in my game. I will build 1 more city, name it that. However, if there's a bunch of cities that just happen to, by sheer coincidence, have some consensus, then I will build that. But for the most part, everyone give me the name of a city. I don't care what it is, as long as it's not rude, crude, or ill-humored, I will build it. Give me any name you want to. Anything. It could be a normal name like Denver. It could be a completely foreign city to the United States. Or it could be some other city like What's-A-Ma to You. I don't care. You can name the city What's-A-Ma to You. Anything. Alright, guys. So with that said, let's end this longest entry into Civilization Revolution when I said it was going to be the shortest. And I'm going to promise you guys that, now that I got this new capture card, the videos from here on out will be of increased quality like this one is, full 1080p, at least I'm hoping. I didn't actually test this capture card out before I did this video. And that I will not have another 2-month hiatus like this one while I wait for a new capture card. That will not happen again, I promise you guys. But thank you so much for your comments, likes, views, and for sticking by me. And also a special shout out to some people who even went as far as to contact me over Xbox Live. I really appreciate the enthusiasm. Alright, guys. I did a lot of rambling this time, although I've been doing a lot of rambling in all the other videos too, so what else is new? Take care, guys. Video over.